In this video, I'm going to show you about illegal moves. Whenever you say something is illegal, that means you cannot do it. Just like in chess, we have moves that you cannot do because it is illegal, it is wrong, you are not playing the game right. So we're going to talk about the type of illegal moves that are in the game. So in this position we have white has a rook checking the king. We have white is checking the king right here. And one of the two moves that the king cannot make is if it is in check, it cannot stay in check. So if this black king decides to go to c1, it is still being under attack by the rook here. So even though if the king moves here, it is still being under attack by the rook. In the same way it goes if the king decides to go to a1, it is still in check. If you are in check, you always have to get out of check. There's no way to work around that. Your next move is that you have to do something to get this king out of check. So how about this? We just move the king here to c2. You have to watch out again. The king cannot make a move if it would move into check. So you can't move from one check and jump into another check. So this square is being attacked by the knight. The knight can move 1, 2, slide to the side. This square is being attacked by the knight. So that means that this king cannot move from b1 to c2 because this knight is attacking it. Now, the only square that the king can run away to is here on a2. The king can just run away. There is out of check. Remember, a king cannot make a move if it would stay in check. The king cannot make a move if it would move into check. Now, there are two more illegal moves you have to watch out for. Two more moves that the king cannot make. In this position, this queen is checking this black king right here, and this black king has to try to get out of check. You always have to try to get out of check. This king cannot move to either of these squares right here, cannot move to two of these squares right here, because number one, it is cannot be right next to another king. Two kings cannot go right next to another king. So these two squares are really off limits for this black king right here. Next, the king cannot go and just capture this white pawn because it is guarded. A king can never catch a piece that is guarded. So that means if this pawn is being guarded by this rook, I'm draw this line for this rook to guard this pawn. This king cannot capture it. However, the king could capture this pawn right here, but the king is still in check. The king is still in check. So you can't move a different piece. We cannot move a different piece around if you are still in check. You always have to find a way to get out of check. Do you see the way that the king can get out of check in this position? If you guess king to h3, then that is the correct answer because it's no longer in check, and also it is moving to a square that's not being attacked by another piece. And those are the 4 illegal moves in the game. And let's recap. The first move is the king cannot stay in check. So if he moves here, the king cannot stay in check. Second move, the king cannot move into check. Third, the king cannot capture a guarded piece. And last, the king cannot walk into the square right next to another king. And those are the 4 illegal moves of chess. Thank you for watching the video. For more information on chess and all kinds of videos related to physical education, please subscribe to our channel so that every video reaches you first.